Hello friends, in this session I'm going to talk about data, information and knowledge. Data is the recording of raw facts, always having implicit meaning. Data are characteristics that are collected through observations and recording. Data is a set of values of qualitative or quantitative variables about one or more objects. Data is always without any context. Data is always without any meaning. Always data can be gathered through primary sources and secondary sources. Data can be gathered either by interviewing or by surveys. That is the primary source. If we are gathering the data from newspaper, from any document, that is the secondary source. Researchers always use primary source as well as the secondary source for their research. In this real world, when we transact with data, always we transact with data, and data is always in terms of numbers or text or in terms of boolean values. In this internet era, always data is created in the form of images, in the form of audios, in the form of videos. That is also known as multimedia data. We can also use the censored data. We can use the text data, numeric data, boolean data. So there are various categories of data. Data can be categorized into two categories. One is qualitative or quantitative data. A data having represented in the form of description is known as qualitative data, and data represented in the form of numeric is known as quantitative data. Further, we can categorize the data into further two subcategories, that is discrete and continuous. When data is countable in terms of 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, that is discrete, and if data is in the form of range, for example height of a person 5.5 inches, that is the continuous data. Computer always processes its instructions in the form of 0 or 1. That is the discrete data. That's why we call the digital computer, we call it as digital computer. Analog computer always uses the continuous data. Now, information. Information is the process data. Information is the data free from uncertainty. Information is the data which is usable. Information is the data which is having meaning. Information is the data which is correct. If all these properties are there in data, then we can say that that is information. For example, in a class, there are 5 students named Shyam Kumar. If I want to, I am looking for our Shyam Kumar. Since there are 5 students, it's very difficult for me to look for the Shyam Kumar which I am looking for. If I'll attach the telephone numbers along with the Shyam Kumar, then very easily I can search for the Shyam Kumar for which I am looking for. Now if we attach telephone number with the Shyam Kumar, then that is the information, because that is having the meaning. Earlier, with only Shyam Kumar, since there are 5 Shyam Kumar in the class, there is no meaning of it. So that cannot be the information. But if we attach telephone number with the Shyam Kumar, then easily I can identify who is Shyam Kumar I am looking for. So that is the information. Now, the amount of information contained in a data stream may be characterized by Shannon entropy. The Claude Shannon in 1948 in his research paper related with the communication gave this definition. And he told that information is always free from uncertainties. And if uncertainties are there, then it means entropy is very high. If there is no uncertainty, it means entropy is 0. He defined information in the form of equation. Information equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n minus pi log pi. Through this expression, we can show the information. Then we come to the knowledge. When we apply, as I told you that information is always having meaning and that is having context. Data is not having any context. Once we get the information, then if we apply some rules on that information, and after applying the rules on the information, what we get, that is the knowledge, and on the basis of that knowledge, we can take any decision. Knowledge is the understanding based on extensive experience dealing with information on a subject. We can understand the concept of knowledge with an example. There are many students in the institution, and some students are local students, some students belong to the different states. They live in the hostel. They get monthly income, monthly money from their parents. They note down their daily expenditure on a plain paper in a diary, and they calculate their monthly total expenditure. That totally monthly expenditure is what? That is the information, because that is having context or meaning. If student wants to know that whether he is under budgeted or over budgeted, he will note down all the expenditure, daily expenditure, and at the last of the month he will calculate the total expenditure. And on the basis of that total expenditure, he may be able to know that whether he is under budgeted or over budgeted. Suppose his parent is sending only 8,000 rupees per month, and the total monthly expenditure is more than 8,000. Then he will have to call his parent to send more money. If his total expenditure, monthly expenditure is less than 8,000, then no need to call his parent for more money. So on the basis of information, total monthly expenditure, and by applying the condition that whether his expenditure is more than 8,000 or less than 8,000, he can decide whether he is over budgeted or under budgeted, and on the basis of this knowledge he can adjust his expenditure. Knowledge is used to find out the patterns among the information also. This was all about the data, information and knowledge. Thank you very much.